What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, your boy Trey 4K in the building, and we got a little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. But before we get into it, again, I'd like to thank you all for helping your boy get to 4,000 subs. Great milestone. We are fastly on our way to 4,500. Can't wait to get there. Don't meet me there, beat me there. So it is time for the weekly fragrance review in rotation. And for those of you who are new to my channel, it is just where we talk about the fragrances that I wore throughout the week, the situations I wore them in, and the compliments that I may or may not have gotten from them. Now, before we get into that, I need something from you. I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. And if you haven't, I need you to sub to the channel. Now, what I did this week was I did Inspiration Week. Everything that I wore this week was an inspiration or a clone of something, but nonetheless, it is all good and all of these fragrances are good. Let's go. Let's get into it. Sunday, I started the week off with one I haven't had very long, but I really enjoyed this fragrance. It's a good fragrance. I encourage you to get it. It is from the House of Milestone, and it is from their Velvet collection, and it is Ombre Sun. And this is a clone of something from Dolce & Gabbana, as they also have a velvet line. I'm not sure what it's cloning from the House of Dolce & Gabbana. I just know it's cloning. Now, what you have with this fragrance is a very, 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 very smooth, easy to wear oud fragrance. It's not a metallic oud. It's not an animalic oud. It's not an over-the-top oud. It is a very, very soft, smooth, slightly woody oud. Very, very easy to wear. I think you will enjoy it. For $14 to $15, I definitely encourage you to pick this fragrance up. I definitely encourage you to pick this up. You can't go wrong. TJ Maxx has it. Marshalls has it. I got mine at TJ Maxx. I had passed on this one a few times, but I was just like, next time I see it, I'm going to get it, and I did. And for $14, you get a fragrance that's easily going to last you 8 to 10 hours. It was hot when I wore this fragrance, pushing 100 degrees, and it did well with me sweating at work, and it was still on my skin when I got home. And I could smell it very strong. It wasn't faint, it was strong. I didn't have to wonder what I was wearing or guess what I was wearing. I knew. And when I went to my hand, I could smell it. It was there. From the House of Milestone. A nice, smooth oud fragrance, and it is Ombre Sun. Now, from the House of Dapper, Dapper, I wore their version of Giorgio Armani's Aqua Di Gio EDP. And this is a 30 ml bottle, and I think it'll cost you around $30. And this just smells good. It is a much improved version of the original Aqua Di Gio, which is a Hall of Fame fragrance. It's on Mount Rushmore of fragrances. We've all had or have the original Aqua Di Gio in our collection. I've had several Aqua Di Gio fragrances. I've had several clones of Aqua Di Gio. Now this, of course, is a clone of the new EDP. And I like it. It's really, really good. It's a little bit deeper. It's a little bit richer. It's something in it that makes it a little bit more watery and more aquatic, but you definitely pick up on the Aqua Di DNA, but it's just a little bit fresher and just a hint more citrus in it. It's a good scent. This is one of those high heat bangers. I definitely encourage you to go to Dapper Fragrances and get you some of this. This is their version of Aqua Di Gio EDP. That's a good one. That's what I wore Monday. Tuesday, I went with Dapper again. This one's a little bit heavier, and most people wouldn't wear this one this time of the year, but I'm not most people. The fragrance is Dapper's version of Parfums de Marly's Ocean, and I love this scent profile. I think that's apple, cinnamon, sweet, spicy goodness. I got several compliments from customers, and 2 or 3 of my coworkers literally just stood there going, Trey, what is that? You smell good. One of them was like, you have on something different today, which is offensive, because I'm like, I wear something different every day. It's every day. It's not just today, it's every day. It's never the same, bro. But Dapper's Ojan, I like it. I think you should go over to Dapper and get you some. This is in the little refillable travel size. I think this is a 15, but that's pretty cool to me. So, I mean, I assume I could hit old Travis up and tell him I need a refill of it, and he would put it in this, and I could just put it right in here. Great for traveling. 10 or 15 of these in your collection and you are set. And you're gonna smell good at a fraction of the price of what this costs. And all of his stuff is extremely spot on, and in some cases it's even better than the original. Okay, gotta keep my days straight. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had just got this in and I could not wait to wear it, so I wore it the same day that I got it. And it is from the house of Lattafa, and it is none other than Asad. Lattafa's Asad, and maybe a little bit warm for some people to wear this one as well, but not me. I will wear what I want, when I want, how I want, and am non-apologetic about it. And this is a clone of Don't Bore Her, Dior Her Sauvage Elixir. Is it close? When you do a side-by-side, it's close, but I'll say 85%, and then the dry down is where they really come close. The top and the opening, the opening, the mid, it's almost like they're fixing to go in different directions and then they circle back. There's a point in the opening or the mid where they're not really that similar, and you're just like, well, they're similar, but they're not. It's a very noticeable difference when you're smelling them side by side. But then when you get to the dry down, that's when it's just like, okay, which the dry down is what you smell most of the time. With fragrances like this, I always say, don't buy it because it's a clone, buy it because it's a good fragrance. I paid $12 for this, and after taxes and shipping and everything, I got it for $20. $21, $22, less than 22, more than 21. And I got it from Macari. You can't beat that, and it is a full bottle. It is a full bottle. Now, do I like this scent? It's really good. It's really good. It's really good, especially for the price point. I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard to beat. Now, every elixir's not for everybody, and neither is this Asad going to be. If the average cologne guy is probably not going to like elixir, and they're not going to like Asad. This is for you guys who tune in and watch videos all the time and who really know fragrances and are really into fragrances and want something a little bit cutting edge and different. You're going to like Asad, and you're going to like Dior's elixir. Now, if you're the type of guy who likes to keep money in your pocket, then you buy this, because in the air and off of your skin, nobody's going to be able to tell the difference. Now, again, if you spray one on one wrist and the other on the other wrist, and you go back and forth, you'll see the differences. You'll see subtle differences until you get to the dry down. But just spraying it on and walking around, if somebody knows Dior Sauvage Elixir, they're gonna probably think you have on Dior Sauvage Elixir. I mean, only a super trained nose will be able to tell the difference. Just saying. So if you can pick this up for under $25, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Gotta have this in your collection. Wednesday. Now, Thursday, I'm gonna see if I can grab. No, I can't. So that's what I wore Wednesday. Thursday, a funny thing happened. I wore a fragrance that smelled good, and it was from the house of Alexandria. I went to my foot doctor and walked in, and it was, you smell really good. What is that? And I told them, and it was the fragrance that I wore was Alexandria's Royal Equestrian Royal Horse, Royal Pony, because that's what Equestrian is. And it was their version of Parfum de Marly's Layton. And you may be wondering, Trey, why don't you have the bottle? Because I sold it on the spot. So what happened was, again, I wore it to the foot doctor, and it was, wow, you smell so good. You smell really, really good. Thank you. I go to work, and as soon as I get to work, Trey, you smell good. What is that? What have you got on? And I tell him, one of the guys that I work with, his name is Blake. He's our bagger. He's standing there, and he's like, he asked me, what do you got on? What kind of cologne you got on? So I told him, I said, it's Parfums de Marly's Layton. And he's like, type it in my phone. So I type it in his phone, I pull it up. I said, it's expensive. So he sees the price of Layton. So I'm like, he's like, that's expensive. I'm not gonna buy that. And I was like, yeah, exactly. And I said, now let me show you what I'm wearing. I said, it's a clone of that. So then I pull up Alexandria's Royal Equestrian, Royal Pony. And he sees the price of it. And I said, I said it. He kept on and on about it. And I said, Blake, I'll sell it to you if you like it. If you want it that bad, I'll sell it to you. I'm always trying to make some money. I was like, I'll sell it to you, bro. If you want it, you can get it. And he was just like, how much? I said, let me get it out the car. So I sent my little homegirl out to the car to get it. She gets it, she brings it back in. I sit it down. I said, I just want you to feel it and have it in your hand and see what it is. So he plays with the bottle, looks at the bottle. He has to get him a squirt of it. And so he gets him a squirt and he loves it. He's just like, that smells so good. I like it. How much? So I told him, I said, give me $50, you can have it. He whips out his wallet, bam, 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 $50. So Thursday's scent of the day was Royal Equestrian by Alexandria, and it was a compliment getter. I probably got more compliments from Royal Equestrian than I did when I wore Layton. That's just the truth about the matter. But I never pass up on an opportunity to make a buck, and having Royal Equestrian and having Layton, so I parted with the Alexandria fragrance, but I got several compliments on it. It caused quite a stir. Really good smelling fragrance. It did well on my skin. So from the house of Alexandria, it is Royal Equestrian that was sold, and it's no longer in my collection. That was Thursday. Friday. Was it Friday that I did that? Yes, Friday. I was sitting around the house, as you've already seen. I ended up going to the mall and making another fragrance haul. But when I left the mall, I stopped by the Waffle House just to grab me something because I was just in the mood for breakfast. So I said, I just went to Waffle House and get me some sausage and eggs. And that's what I did. And the fragrance that I wore, because I also had to go to the eye doctor. I didn't get any compliments at the eye doctor Friday, but when I went to the Waffle House, I did. And the fragrance that I wore all day Friday was Al Haramine's Amber Oud Rouge. Now, I heard somebody say that, I don't know if they have a ruby edition of this. Maybe he meant Rouge, but he said ruby. I don't know if they have a ruby edition. but I know this one is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540, and very close to Ariana Grande's Cloud. I prefer this over Cloud. I don't think there's a better Bach 540 clone out there. You get the fruity, you get the burnt birch, you get everything that you get from 540 in here for a fraction of the price. And this is a stellar performer. I had a bottle of this. A lady friend of mine loved it, so she kept on and on and on about it. So I gave it to her. Found me another bottle because this is just one you have to have in your collection. This is just one you have to have in your collection. Al Haramain makes beautiful, beautiful fragrances, and they perform well, and they come with great presentation. You honestly have to be careful with them because people are going to tell you that you smell good. Don't wear these if you don't want a lot of attention, because you're going to get it. You know, you got to imagine in the Waffle House with all the smells that's going on. You got the cigarette smoke from the chef that's outside smoking before you pull up. You got the smell of grease and food and everything else that goes on in the Waffle House. And through all of that, she was able to smell this. And she wasn't even my waitress, but she came by the cash register and she was like, "You got on," she looked at one of the girls working, "You got on perfume? Gosh, you smell good. Somebody smells good." And then I guess it hit her, because I guess she got close. She goes, "It's you, man. Whatever you have on, it smells really, really good." Al Haramain Amber Oud Rouge. Great smelling fragrance, does exactly what it's supposed to do. You can pick this up at places like Macari. I advise you to look on Macari for stuff like this because you can get it cheaper than you can anywhere else. And you may get a bundle deal, or somebody may be selling 2 or 3 bottles of the Al Haramain and you can get them both for $60, $70. I want to say I paid like 50, maybe 60, but it seems like I got 2, because it seems like I got, when I repurchased this one, I got this one and what's this one? Amber Oud. Seems like I got gold as well with this one, and I don't think I paid $60 for the both of them, and they're both stunning fragrances. But Amber Oud Rouge by Al Haramain is what I wore Friday to round out the week. Saturday, after my big fragrance haul Friday evening, because I got there about 7:30 and managed to spend like $500 or something, but I got total of maybe 6 fragrances. 4 different fragrances, 6 different bottles. So I think I did pretty good. But what I wore Saturday, as I went out to celebrate, y'all helping me reach the 400 sub mark, from the house of Tom Ford. It is Black Orchid Parfum. And I like this fragrance, I really do. There's a tad bit of a spot in there where it really leans slightly feminine. When you spray it on, it's super masculine. There's a tiny bit in the mid where it acts like it wants to go feminine, but it quickly comes back, and you just have this rich, chocolatey, truffly goodness. I just like this fragrance, and I received compliments throughout the night about how good I smelled. I thought it was going to perform a little bit better, which that also could be my skin. It could have also been my skin, but nonetheless, I think it's a good fragrance. I got huge discounts. I ended up getting a total of 25% off of every bottle that I bought. I think my discount on this one was $47, right at $50, which brought it into a manageable price range. Still maybe overpaid a little bit, but again, it's all about building the rapport with the people in your area and in your community that do the same thing you do. I work in retail, so I appreciate people that work in retail. So I may have overpaid by 25, 30 bucks, but I don't know. I still think it was worth it, and I would do it again. I don't mind. So from the house of Tom Ford, my scent of the day Saturday was Black Orchid de Parfum. All right, guys, that is it. Yeah, that is it. That's what I wore the week. By the time you see this video, it'll be Tuesday night. I'm a little late posting, but I was tired when I got home from work last night. Didn't feel like shooting, so I went to sleep. So hopefully you'll see this video Tuesday about 7 p.m. So All right. That's it. That's all I got. I love you all, and may God bless you all. And thank you all so much for being the best part of this channel. Until next time, guys. Peace.